Welcome to the Find My New Life podcast. I'm Christopher Lapine, spiritual liberation author and speaker. This podcast brings you inspiration, hope, and answers for how to live a modern, God-centered spiritual life. It will help you have a more direct, deeper experience of God, find more happiness, and live your incredible God-given destiny. You can find all my podcasts, as well as videos, books, and more at findmynewlife.com. So, let's get started with today's show.
Hi everybody, this is Chris. I hope you're having a great Saturday. It's May the 25th, and I've got some thoughts for you on this Saturday. I hope you're having a great weekend wherever you are. A lot has been talked about spiritual searching and how to know what is right, and should I believe a church? Should I believe some type of thought leader, some social influencer? And I think in the end, we need a spiritual Bill of Rights. Now, too many times we have been told what to think, what to do, what to feel, where to go, who we can hang out with, all controlled by some authority. So oftentimes that's a religious authority. That's a church that you grew up in. Right now about half of the United States attends church in some way at some time. It used to be a lot more. When I was growing up, I was raised Catholic. It wasn't a horrible experience, but some people had really bad experiences. But I think because of the bad experiences and a lot of the frustrations, people have a lot of frustrations with authority figures. They've been let down in a lot of ways by human beings. Just think of it. Think of any institution, think of any group. They're all susceptible to problems. It's just the nature of humans. When you get humans in a group and you start to concentrate the power, you start to concentrate money, then it gets abused. And unfortunately, it usually gets abused by men. Women participate as well. But I guess my point is that, we got to get beyond all that, and we can't let them continue to limit us, because they have limited us, even if they were well-meaning, really well-meaning. The history of most religious movements in the beginning is that you've got a really profound teacher, you've got very sincere followers, but then at some point, the religion becomes something about that teacher. It's an obsession of that teacher, an obsession on that teacher instead of the spiritual aspect, instead of God. So, spiritual Bill of Rights. I think the first thing that we have to realize is that, we don't worship any human. We don't put any human above the divine. That's got to be the basis of it. Because, if we're looking to humans for the ultimate truth, if we're looking for humans for validation, for a way forward, then we're gonna continue to be led astray, even by well-meaning people. That's me included. If you're listening to this and you hear something you don't think is true and so forth, then hey, it's your absolute right to disagree, to have your own path and so forth. I feel pretty strongly about my beliefs, my spiritual beliefs, my path, but I have no right to tell you what to think or do any of that, or to judge your spiritual self-worth. God is the ultimate judge of all of that. So, okay, what's a spiritual Bill of Rights? I think the first right is the right of choice, of free will, which God gives us. You have the right to respond to your inner spiritual experience and the outer world and make your own decisions and act. No one has the right to try to warp that or interfere or come between you and God. Nobody. How dare they if they do that? Nobody does. I don't care how impressed you are with the teacher. Ultimately, the only way to be satisfied is with a direct experience of the divine. So for me, the first one is we have to have the right to choose, and God gives us that. We accept the consequences of our actions. We accept, the consequences of our choices. That comes with it, with that free will responsibility. Now, the second thing is that we have the right to experience God within, spirituality, the world about us, unfiltered. We have that right. We don't need any filters. So that doesn't mean that we're always right about things, and that doesn't mean you shouldn't talk to people and discuss it and debate it and change your mind and grow. But we have the right to just get the experience ourselves, have insights, think about it, go forward. I'm doing this because there are some mosquitoes around here in the forest. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled show. So you have the right to go to God directly, experience God directly, period. And number 3 is you have the right to worship God, to experience God, to name God in your own way, period. And that all stems from that universal right of free will. I think another right is you have the right to all the gifts that God has given you, all the things that God's given you right now and in the future. However you think of God, I encourage you to think of God as a loving, beautiful, divine parent. Consider thinking of God as a loving, universal father, not a male, but the traditional idea, the qualities that we think of as a father, as the creator, protector, upholder, leader, provider. Think of the central God of the universe in that way. And that means that whatever you need at this moment in time, spiritually, to grow, you're going to be given. It's right there. But it all depends on that first right of existence, of the spiritual Bill of Rights, which is your right to choose, and then the second right of your right to experience, your right to go forward. It really goes on to your right to accept your destiny. God has a specific destiny for you. You are your personality, the thing that makes you you, the thing that makes you unique is unique. There is no one else like you in the entire universe. And we know there is no way that Earth can be the only place where there are human beings or beings. There's just no way. I mean, if you look at the latest images from the James Webb telescope, or even the things from Hubble, I mean, there are billions and billions of galaxies alone. So, but just think of it, in all of that, you are absolutely unique. God has a unique plan for you. Your loving, divine parent knows you, loves you, gives you all the power you need. You just need to accept it, accept what you're experiencing within. I encourage you not to filter it, to just trust God. You may be a Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, whatever your background. You may be Wicca, it doesn't matter. It's all about taking the responsibility with the divine, with the love within, with the God within, and building that relationship and having the faith to act on it and go forward and experience your destiny. That's really what that spiritual Bill of Rights gives you. I think we get into trouble, and maybe you do too. People get into trouble when you really start to doubt your inner experience, when you don't accept it, when you start to use other people as a crutch, other things as a crutch, substance abuse, sex, oversex, whatever thing that you're trying to get comfort from or drown out some of the pain. Some people just want to go numb. And the world is incredibly challenging right now. It's really difficult, guys. It really is. I feel it. I feel it pretty hard. But if you sustain yourself with that faith every day, that inner faith, that when you accept that, when you accept your destiny, you are a child of God. Just believe it. That means we're all family. And that everything you need is going to be provided by the creator of all. Your loving divine parent, your loving universal father. Everything you need spiritually now, in the way you need it, where you need it, when you need it, forever, long as you need it. And that's from now and every moment for the rest of your life and in eternity. That's because God is all-knowing and has designed it, has arranged everything for you. And you just need to find that path and start to act on it. And when you start to act on that, when you really spend time with the Creator, when you let go, you start to be immersed in the incredible, incredible spirit, the incredible spiritual experience, because there is an absolute fragment of the creator of the universe inside you, specifically for you, your spirit of God, your guide. It's a piece of our loving Father. It's a piece of God, the first source of center. Think of it, an actual fragment. That's your personal direct connection to God, your personal source of love, energy, strength, inspiration. All of it right there. So anything that you don't think you can do, that's anything that you don't think you can overcome, if your goal is in alignment with God's goal, with God's will, then sooner or later, if you apply yourself 100% of your will, it happens. You just have to have the faith. And that's really the promise of the spiritual Bill of Rights. Totally. And that's what I base all my work on. Like you, I probably struggle with it from time to time, day to day. It's not easy. We've got a lot going on. You know, I have a job, I have a family, I have my health to take care of. I'm trying to do my writing and reach people. There's a lot going on. Now I have friends I want to help. There's a ton going on. I'm actually moving to a different state this fall. So there's a lot you got to deal with, that we all have to deal with. But I want you to know that I am here for you. I'll try to give you as much inspiration as I'm given. We're all workers of light. We're all children of God. We all have the ability to claim that incredible destiny. And I encourage you to just drink it in. You may be the most passionate, devoted Christian there is, period. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I encourage you to get back to the source. Get back to the source. You may be a very devout Jain or Hindu or Shinto or Buddhist or Jew. Get back to the source. Let that determine how you're going to live your life. And don't assume that things that you've been taught by humans or told are true. We have a source within. Go for that. Immerse and just find the incredible joy. A joy that is beyond belief. A power, a strength, a spiritual presence that can completely transform your mind. And when you do that, you create your soul. So I encourage you, go forward. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening today. I hope it helped you on your journey. Go to findmynewlife.com for all my podcasts and much more. If you'd like to contact me with ideas or requests, use the Contact Me link on that website. I wish you the best on your spiritual journey. Remember, you are a child of God and we are family. You could claim an amazing destiny. See you next time.